Hello. Happy Sunday. Today, we're back with Danganronpa. Trigger Happy Havoc. We're also trying something new today. Got this mic in front of my face. It's in my face. We'll see how it goes. We're listening to Cadence of Hyrule remixed songs. Turn that off. We're gonna get right into it. We're starting early today because we have a class trial to get to. I want to make sure we can get through it. We're nearing the end of the game, I think. We're getting real close. Let's get into it. See what's going on.
Danganronpa.
This should be in front of the door, right? My last save was right in front of the door. I might not even be talking that much today. They usually fully voice act these. I may. Let me see. Whoa. Byakuya and Makoto showed up together. Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word. We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point? Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together. Just the two of you? What are you, jealous?
Hey.
Oh, are you making some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes, waiting for something weird to happen. Then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again. What should we do? Should we keep waiting here? Or what? Jesus. Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. I've been waiting 10 minutes now. So it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now. It's me you're waiting for. I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
hey,
I'm here, and no rule's been broken. Kyoko! Kyoko? You're still alive? No! That's a ghost! Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong? You're so selfish. So spoiled. You're right. There's no penalty officially. But I bet you'll be sorry later. No. I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, I'll see your butts into the elevator. I'll be one step ahead of you. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed to Kyoko. Kyoko! So, you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God. I'm so glad you're okay. Perhaps. But that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right. Now we gotta deal with a ghost. I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator. Master, wait for me. Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long?
But
I'll be happy when this trial's over. One after another, everyone piled into the elevator, but I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you?
Correct.
So, I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's
Buckles, hello! How are you, Buckles? I'm trying something new with the mic today. Let me know how it sounds. It's all up in my face. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. Had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. You're good having chocolate chip cookies with your coffee? I sound good? That's good to hear. Chocolate chip cookies with coffee for breakfast? That is amazing. That sounds so good. You're living your true life. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry. I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What?
just a second.
Hey! What are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma!
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation. Rachel, hello! Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy your ice cream. Chocolate chip cookies with coffee sounds like a Rachel kind of breakfast. Buckles and Rachel both eating dessert for breakfast. Because Rachel's eating ice cream right now. It's Kyoko! She survived! She was off running around the school with a secret key or secret tool that can open doors. Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation. Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. Isn't dessert breakfast? I guess it is. I guess it must be. Y'all are doing it better than I am. The door slid shut. This time the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there silent and still. After a measurable period of time, the doors opened without a warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. Sometimes it just be like that, and you need some dessert serotonin in the AM. Look at this elevator. It was the blinding light of despair. So empty.
Wait! I can't wait!
Ah, I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. It is trial day. We're about to have our fifth, well, yeah, it's chapter 5, so our fifth trial. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed. Let's get on with the show. Do you miss all of our anime friends, Buckles? And so, the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Captain Geach, hello! We're about to go into trial. Made it just in time. Started a little early today. Just to make sure we can get through this entire thing. Because we're nearing the end of the video game, I believe. Getting closer. Increase bullet capacity. Man, there's so many skills that I did not get. I should have hung out with people. I should have never failed. Hell yeah, Cap.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
Trials are so nice that I don't have to talk. I can just relax and drink water. Rachel's doing well. Captain Geach, tell us about your weekend.
First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
But she has
She's
legs
not
and
even
stuff.
not even explaining
Well,
herself.
that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Ghost technology. New mic spot. Brain malfunction was like, what is different about this cam situation? I got a mic arm. I used to only have a tripod and it sat really low to the ground. So I'm hoping my ASMR can sound a little better because I don't have to go all the way down. I can just pull it right up to my face and talk straight to you guys. Hopefully it sounds okay. I tried doing some tests of the
There's a limit to how much
buckles.
ridiculousness I can tolerate.
I love the ghost with the gun.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
Captain Geach, your weekend's been good. You saw the new My Hero Academia movie. I'm so jealous. Had some food. Ghosty tech.
Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
KT, hello. Happy Sunday.
Her traits?
How are you today? How was the My Hero Academia movie? No spoilers. Sounds good? Awesome, Rachel. I'm glad. I do think there's a piece of plastic here that doesn't fit my mic very well. I might have to buy a new one.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm
You
sure
just woke up, KT. Good morning. Good morning, sunshine.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
Rub the sleepies off your eyes.
And would
Get ready
you
for a
happen to know
murder
the
trial.
answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to make my argument. Tattoo on the right hand. That's probably all we need, right? It was really good, Geach.
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Wife who's read the manga said the movie took place farther ahead than the anime is right now. Aren't the movies usually
Body
filler?
wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before.
There wasn't anything that didn't make sense if you watched the anime?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I was hoping to talk about the tattoo, but it didn't come up. I know that body isn't Kyoko's, and I know how I can prove it.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse
Dang it.
is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
Yeah, we saw her
The dead
nails.
body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Get it? Arguing with heroes, so silly. The dumbest guy ever made. The villain in the movie apparently makes an appearance in the manga, so they're
There's
canon.
no way the corpse
Unsure if
was
it ties into the
wearing
main plot at
gloves.
all. I remember the first movie had some canon stuff as well, like when they show All Might as an intern in America. That apparently is like, it's not in the manga, but it's canon within the context of the manga.
Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Can't wear gloves with those nails.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
How does Kyoko remember how her gloves were made? Is she just assuming because they fit her hands so well? She lost all of her memories, right?
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Because she's that cool. I love Kyoko. I'm going to cosplay as Kyoko and then just never take the cosplay off. She's got all her shit together. Make your argument. Sprinklers.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
Do I still have the same
The
bullets?
face was scorched beyond recognition.
Sprinklers, exploded
There
body,
wasn't any
tattoo.
description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body,
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
The one thing that can tell us was on the victim's own body. The tattoo!
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
Kyoko! I'm glad everybody's on the same page about Kyoko.
I don't think so. The
Oops.
face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
No, that's wrong.
No, it's wrong!
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
For real?
If you're lying, we'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her
Oh,
hand.
hell yeah, it's Fenrir.
Oh, yeah.
She's Loki!
Sign's pretty strange, huh?
Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Straight to the point, Toko. And she's smiling when she said it. Look at her. You're my bitch.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Bitch. You're my what?
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to the other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear. What other information? Do I click the tattoo? The tarp! The chickens! Oh, we have our profile. Again!
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Oh, okay. I forgot the name of the group.
Okay, so
Chickens! I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. The bitch part? Gold, good morning.
To show that they're a member
Happy
of the
Sunday.
team, each soldier that joins the squad
How you doing, Goldie boy?
would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir. They're really gonna make me go through with this. Oh, we just have to spell out wolf. Why do they do this? And they give us 2 of the letters! This is so silly. This game, I swear. We spent more time setting up the minigame than finishing the minigame.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok.
You okay?
It's
Sup,
from Norse
everyone?
mythology, a huge world-ending wolf.
We're gonna solve a murder today, Gold.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki.
Spell out
and
wolf.
the female giant.
Do it. Do it.
after all this time, we finally got a
I didn't even have to spell out the whole word. They gave me 2 letters.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf,
Buckles, I have a question about the other 2 games.
which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir.
Do they drag out the trials like this in the other 2 games? And also,
So it
is there
must
more
have been
voice
Mukuro.
acting in the other 2?
hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
This is what actual investigators have to go through all the time. Please spell wolf. I'll give you the O and the L. Do it. This is totally exactly how it works. Double yes. Hell yeah, Buckles. That's such good news. Wait. Yes that they drag it out still? Or yes they don't drag it out still? And yes, there's more voice acting.
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the
They drag it out and voice
mastermind
acting.
is
Okay,
dead?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
To have a cool-ass trial?
No, it means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description.
There's pros and cons.
All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier.
I love the voice acting though, so if there's more voice acting in the other 2, then I'm all for it.
If I remember correctly, that other information came from
The game's changed for the better and the worse too. No!
Kyoko.
How'd they
That's
get
what
worse?
You told Makoto, right?
I just want the mystery to be a little less handholdy. They just walk us through everything, and it makes some sense because Kyoko and Byakuya are so smart. But maybe they could make me the person that is Kyoko. You're looking for best boy already?
Who got it wrong?
You're looking for best boy already? Voice acting is the best. Watson. Here, buddy.
Who was she?
Can I have a Watson before I have to go to brunch? Oh yeah, I forgot Rachel. Hold on.
She's been gone this whole
Watson,
time.
Rachel wants
And
to
when
see
she
you.
finally turns up, she gets killed.
Ooh, ooh. Oh, hold on, I gotta go big. We gotta go big. Oh god. Let me pick him up. His paws might be a little dirty. Ethan, just in time for best boy. Ugh. Hello? You sniffing the mic? Hello? Go boy. You see chat? Look, it's all your favorite people. There's Rachel, KT, Ethan, Buckles, Gold, and Captain Geach are here too. You being go boy? look so proper. Were you sleeping already? You got dirty paws? Oh, he's ready to go. He just jumped off my lap. He was ready to go. Sorry, Rachel, that it was a short one. I hope you have a wonderful brunch. If you come back in time before we end, let us know what you ate. Send some pictures of that food. Good morning, Ethan. The trial game. Wait. Buckles, wait, what?
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more
We're doing great.
detail.
Are you talking to Rachel or me? I'm doing great.
So you're
We're having a
saying
good time.
she
We're solving
wasn't
murders.
An important character, which would mean she was the same as us, just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
Talking to anyone. How's everyone doing? What? Don't stop talking, Buckles. What do you mean? I was just confused about the trial game.
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know
I think
your
Watson scratched my
information
neck.
about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait.
KT's tired because you
But
stayed up too
remember
late.
this.
I know that life, KT. I'm always staying up too late. I was feeling like super nauseous last night for some reason. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was something I ate. But I'm feeling better
No
this
matter
morning.
what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation.
Ethan's doing well, doing all types of learning this morning. What are you learning?
Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record.
I meant that the trial games changed for the better and the worst. Oh, okay. But the rest of the game is still good. Right?
The reason we're having a class trial is because of
Thanks, KT.
murder among the students.
Not the
has
games in
taken
general, because
place.
they're all good. They're all good.
Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains.
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
My nose keeps running.
One of us
Maybe I'm
killed
getting
Mukuro?
sick. I do not want to get sick. Why is this
Wait,
happening to
no.
me?
There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along.
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Teaching yourself how to make transitions in Streamlabs. Learning how to make animated overlays in Paint. Ethan,
Seriously?
you're being super productive.
Then
It's that March
one of us
productivity.
killed
Gil was
Mukuro?
saying that he's going to be productive this month. Everybody's using it as a fresh slate.
Who's the killer this time?
We're all
Get a hold
going to
of
do our
yourself.
best.
We've already
And forget
narrowed
the
down
rest.
the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. Makoto and Kyoko. Mukuro and the headmaster. Nope. Nope. Shoot! It must be me and Kyoko then.
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right?
I got it!
I can't commission people for everything because money, so I gotta learn. Ethan, you're gonna get it. You're gonna be the best
Why do you say that?
there ever was.
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can
I
confirm
believe in you.
that at that point, there was no dead body there.
KT started learning how to create stuff in After Effects. KT's gonna help you.
So, the murder must
So
have
smart.
taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs, all of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis.
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Obviously, I did it. I stabbed her. Damn it. I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place.
Sounds logical. Well, we thought it was a dream, right? When the person was standing over us sleeping with a knife, and then there was like a whole scuffle, and then they were gone when we woke up and Kyoko was standing there. So I think we stabbed them, and then they ran, and then ended up in the garden. I don't know.
Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
That means Makoto's the murderer,
Whatever you want.
and we're gonna
Somebody
die.
go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at, well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock.
But why was Kyoko standing there?
So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
Was it 7:30? What the? WinZip! WinZip!
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body discovered? I think it was 9, wasn't it?
I got it!
I got it!
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, we left the gym. It was just before 9 o'clock. So it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was... Oh, yeah!
Oops.
Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. And I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay then, it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove that the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. They went in pairs? Where did they go in pairs? Everybody was pretty much together the whole time except for when we went to bed that night.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
The sprinklers...
Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
The body wasn't wet?
7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
Gotta go, but hope to be back in the near future. Solve that murder real good. Rachel, enjoy your brunch. We'll talk to you later. Thank you for stopping in. The death had to have occurred after 7:30 because the sprinklers turned on and the body wasn't wet. Yeah, we dumped water on the body. 7:30 a.m. Yep. I was thinking the same thing, Captain Geach. Good thinking. When Toko went to get the axe at 9, they went in pairs? No. Toko went by herself and then came back. Toko came back as Genocide Jill because she saw the body and sneezed. She only went by herself.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, wait! Fuck! Got it.
No, that's wrong. Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
Unless somebody rigged the sprinklers.
And what makes you say that?
Maybe.
Because of the sprinklers in the garden.
Monokuma might have turned them off.
The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Wait.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
Just. Sorry, Toko.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet?
The
How
mouth
dare
down
you say
south.
Such indecent words.
The mouth down south. I love that sneeze mechanic. Don't you change into a completely different person that's a murderous fiend when you sneeze?
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
What is her deal?
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
Oh my. I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence, and that should do it. If we look at the body itself, that should make it clear. The bottom half of the body. The moment of truth. Ooh, rhythm game time.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no!
I hate
I don't know anything! Hold
Get
on.
so fast.
Are you trying to blame me? I admit
Our bullets aren't even going away. What happened?
Are you trying to blame
I don't even have to reload anymore.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything!
Final strike.
How can you say it?
This should prove it.
Gah! Nani?
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion.
Oh
and you'll
my.
see why
Toko,
it
the
wasn't
ultimate
sprinklers.
overanalyzer. You're denying my entire existence?
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
At least Toko doesn't smell bad anymore, right? Like, we went
while the body was
months
still
with her
on
smelling
fire,
really bad.
I doused it with water, but only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Oh boy. Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No. I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone. That's...
I'd just like to say one thing.
Do it,
If you
Kyoko.
vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
Ooh, girl.
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Do it. Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not.
Kyoko and Byakuya head to head.
This is a trap the mastermind
trap.
played for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you.
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko?
We stand Kyoko.
But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure
I still
you
think
weren't at all
Makoto.
expecting.
I still think Makoto's the murderer, and this is all a red herring.
So, that was her motive?
Oh.
She had a motive and no alibi.
Will the game just end,
I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
and we never see who wins?
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
She's coming for me! She's coming for me!
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
Oh no, she saw. That's why she was standing over me. Now she's gonna prove it.
As you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm
The
listening.
tarp.
All it would take
Oh
is
boy,
covering the
here
body
she
with
comes.
a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
A certain something at the scene was used to cover the body. What could it have been? I'm helping prove my own murder! It's a tarp!
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Oh lord, is she coming, Buckles? She's gonna fucking... Oh no.
Most likely,
They're gonna
so they
kill
could
me.
hide the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
No, you're wrong! Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait, something's not right.
And what might that be?
Cereal! Happy Sunday. How you doing? There's a scandal, alright, Cereal. There's a fucking scandal, and I'm at the head of it. I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Make your argument.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
You think Kyoko has a plan? I think her plan is to convict me. I remember the blood on the body hadn't dried yet. Byakuya even warned us not to touch it, to avoid getting any blood on us.
By covering the body with the tarp,
Oops, that's not what I wanted. How do I go
the
fast?
killer prevented
Oop.
it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was
There we go.
The spring, but the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that
Totally
side
spotless.
was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp was totally spotless.
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Gotti!
No, it's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Yakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
The very blood we saw in the body was meant as some kind of camouflage. What? The blood was
What
camouflage.
if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers,
They were still alive?
they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
Oh, I thought maybe the blood was...
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like
There's the
that?
blood bank in the biolab,
I
right?
know! They could have grabbed some of the
The nurse's
blood packs from the
office.
nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
They got blood from a chicken! No! Did I kill a chicken? We were missing a chicken. Why am I helping solve this?
Could it have been chicken blood?
Buckles.
Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder,
This
there were
sucks.
5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
They killed a chicken. What if they killed themselves?
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken?
They strapped
They
a bomb to
covered the body with
themselves.
its blood?
Am I being framed by the ultimate despair?
Man, that's messed up.
Chicken blood?
Leaving them
Blood?
just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
What?
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles?
Why weren't the arms through the sleeves? What is
Here's
that?
what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off.
I'm confused. Kyoko's breaking my brain.
But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
She thinks it's me.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Nina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no, I I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not.
Don't bother saying it's not
Oh my
possible.
god. She's been watching me this whole time.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
She must have a plan, right? I really hope so. Captain Geach, I really hope so. The suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? Murderer! I don't understand. Unless it was Kyoko.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one.
What if Kyoko is the murderer and she wins the game?
Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man?
For serious?
Did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
I'm the ultimate lucky guy.
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and
Oh
burnt?
no. Oh no. They remember giving it to me. This is the end, my friends.
One we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
I don't think that's what she means.
So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
Toko gave it to
That's
us.
what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Listen, more important, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? Can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do. I don't want it anyway. So what to do? Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? It was her idea? Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
No.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah. Oh, we said it at the same
Then
time.
why did you hide that fact?
It's not that I hid it. It's just.
Couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Make my argument. Disguised dead body, exploded body, fragments near the dead body. The fragments?
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
No, fragments.
So there's no
There's a
question.
bomb.
You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
It was the bomb. We've already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed, which means when the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It
Hold on.
really is, isn't it?
If he did have that, that seals it. Just because I had that automatically.
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Nope, nope, nope. Shoot! What did I do wrong?
The knife we found
Disguised dead
lodged in
body?
the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, that seals it.
Look, just because I had the knife, that automatically.
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Got it.
No, it's wrong. Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro.
I was saying the bomb, right?
That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
They got hit in the head, right?
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body,
I need to sneeze. Don't sneeze.
the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
So would it be Toko? If Toko is the one that set the bomb off? Or maybe Kyoko accidentally set the bomb off with like a remote detonator? The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot. No, there's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see. They were dead before the blast. Okay, so in the file they were already dead. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went complete through the body. Also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as the metal pipe. That's probably what killed them.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
And the knife
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention
You think it's Toko?
away from what actually killed her.
I don't know. Oh, I forgot about that. How did she survive that? I just don't know. I think Toko might have an alibi, but I don't know. There might be a twist. A twist? I can't believe she went flying. Oh, it's so good.
The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's
The
attempt to
power of
destroy
anime
all
kept
evidence of
Toko
their
alive.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion.
Oh my god, I hate you. I hate you so
But
much.
even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. Again!
After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
It's the same bomb that was in Monokuma.
You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
Isn't it strange that they have other wounds that are several days old? It's a good point, Captain Geach.
That's only natural. Because, of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Oh, then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem
There's a
with
pipe.
that. Let us continue the debate.
Somebody piped her in the head.
Change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. So many arguments. We only got one bullet. Alright.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. Yes.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the
There it is.
file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she
Wait.
was hit on the back of her head.
No, I want to agree with it. Shoot! I wanted to agree with you.
The victim's fatal. The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't you.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Concentrate. I'm trying. Shoot! What could it have been?
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be
The
determined.
explosion didn't kill her for
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't you because of the knife. And then there's only one.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
The knife was a cover-up, and all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh, which only leaves.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
Yes!
No, it's wrong.
You ran!
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
Then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Did the plant eat the pipe?
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
Ooh, the back of the pickaxe then?
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Could be the other side of it.
Well, maybe they
Yeah.
hit it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Okay, go ahead.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
That's a screenshot. Got that one.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
They're gonna kill each other.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Nope. The real murder weapon. Do I have anything? The chicken! Titanium arrows. I don't have anything. I don't remember this being a thing. The chicken was the murderer all along. I'm so confused. I don't have anything. The real murder weapon. I guess titanium arrows?
I got it!
What?
Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her.
An arrow?
And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Did someone whack her with it or shoot her in the head with an arrow?
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
I don't remember even finding those.
Sure. That sounds kind of
Ethan! Thank you, Ethan. Thank you for the host. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Learning all kinds of things. Getting that brain big and strong.
Master. You have no right. I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. Would it be the bloody duct tape? Yep. There was blood on the duct tape.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well,
I don't know who Mukuro is. Mukuro is the 16th student, Jess. She's the ultimate despair who was watching us the entire time
back to Master.
in a secret room.
You have no right.
She was setting up traps and stuff for us. Also, Daniel, I'm very excited and would freaking die for you. What you mean? Hi, Jess. Good morning. What are you excited about? And why would you die for me?
The titanium arrow.
What is
It was
happening?
in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
What did I miss?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe. Right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Is it too thin? Oh, I don't even know how that worked. No, it's round.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
This game is wild. I don't know how I got that. Okay.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled up wad of duct tape.
Our friendship. Jess, I love you. Thank you for being a wonderful
The killer
friend.
probably
I would die
used
for
his
you
duct
in an
tape to
instant.
bind multiple arrows together.
I would never let anyone convict you of murder.
Bundling them
I would cover
together
it up.
using the duct tape would easily
FBI, if
create
you're
a
watching.
single weapon as
I
thick
said
as a
it.
pipe.
At me. At me, FBI.
And
I
that's
said it.
exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Buckles, thank you for adding me.
Damn, that's harsh.
I'm so curious who did it, but you have to leave for work, KT. Thank you for waking up, hanging out with us. Perfect start to the day. Hope work goes okay. Hope it's not too busy. We'll let you know how it goes if you miss it.
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is, that's
No, you
the
must
weapon
live.
in the dojo locker.
Live on for me. Continue our legacy. I'm pretty sure Vegeta says that to Goku when Frieza about fucking murders him. You are a true Saiyan warrior. Art stream, what would you like me to draw, Jess?
It was you, Kyoko.
Hi, Remy. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
I've never been to the dojo.
Wait, we saw you in the dojo. What are you talking about?
Oh no, you absolutely.
We talked to you there.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Remy, 5 months. Remzeek, we're almost at the 6-month mark. Let's get in there. 1 more month. Thank you for hanging out. Being such a good friend. You want your cats and Watson having a picnic. Okay. Let me save, actually. We haven't saved in a while. I can even remember how.
Because we have proof, of course, don't we, Makoto?
Can I not save? There we go. Okay. Do an art stream. Put on some sick beats. Today we're going to listen to some Cadence of Hyrule while we do some art. Ah! My paint went away. Draw the murderer. We don't know who it is. I'm gonna blow my nose, because for some reason I always get sick the week before I go to Canada. It just has to happen. Okay, let's draw our animals. They're gonna be out having a picnic. The trial can wait. Art is calling. Nice little grassy field. That looks like grass, right? Like a little blanket. It's like, this looks like a blanket, right? Oh, what happened there? I didn't connect it all the way? How many times have you been to Canada? Once before. You know this. Wait, I fucked that one up. But I got sick the week before I came. Remember? Remember? Does this look like a little picnic thing? I gotta draw a picnic basket. Also, might as well just pop in the sky so you guys know we're outside. Little picnic basket. Alright. We'll draw Arrow. Arrow has to sit over here in the green so that we can actually see him. Every time. So once. And maybe right now. Does this look like an arrow? Kind of looks like an arrow. Put some pink in there. A little pink nose. Pink ears. A little bit of orange on his face. There his eyeballs. I think it looks like him. And then we got Twixie Boy. He just sprawled out. Reminds me of Olaf. I guess you could say that Arrow and Olaf have a lot in common. Looks just like him. And now for Watson. We'll start with brown. Well, there's a lot more black, I guess. Watson has too many colors. Alright, we'll fill in some more colors. Watson only has a little stub tail. I gotta highlight his ears and stuff with gray. This little stub tail. Chili, hello. Happy Sunday. And then we'll put in some like shaggy browns in here. A little shaggy brown. He's got some white in there. Some shaggy whites. Jess, I'm glad you love this beautiful portrait that I'm drawing for you. We'll add in like a little cherry tree or something over here so we can use up our real estate. This is what cherry trees look like, right? Add some cherries in this. I've never seen a cherry tree in real life, chat. Is this what cherry trees look like? Have you guys seen a cherry tree in real life? This is what they look like, right? It's almost like an apple tree, but they connect like a note. And we also need the sun. You can never have a picnic without a nice, beautiful sun. Yo, things are getting dark. This music. Am I missing anything? Does it look good to you? Beautiful drawing. Thank you, Chili. I aim to impress you and Jess, my adoring fans. Put it on your fridge. I'm gonna draw some clouds. That looks like a butt. Chili, how's your morning going? Maybe a couple of those little M birds that we used to draw back in the day. These birds are they're just flying. You guys remember drawing birds like this? They look like birds, right? And these clouds just need to be... That cloud's gonna fuck everything up. Don't you fuck me, cloud. Yep. Totally. They're gonna have a wonderful picnic. They're gonna have the best picnic. Enjoy that on your fridge. Watson. Arrow. Twix. Picnic. Alright, back to the trial at hand. Chili, if you didn't know, we're actually playing a video game today. We're playing Danganronpa. We're in a murder trial. Right? Ryan says you've gotten better. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, buddy. We're getting there. Every day, I practice and practice. I do 500 push-ups, which I've heard, that's what Pablo Picasso did every single day until his art became popular.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
We talked to her there, didn't we? I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. It must be connected to the dojo locker. I thought we talked to her there. The woodblock key.
I got it.
Verified fact, Picasso was ripped.
That proves Kyoko was in the dojo.
The more you know.
Right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
We just stumped Kyoko. First time for everything.
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give.
More like Pablo Colossal.
Hold on a second.
That was him powering up, by the way. Maybe I should have explained that. Pablo was powering up before he did his paintings.
You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just
No idea how to spell colossal. I don't think it's spelled like that, but I can read it.
there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
She killed him.
What?
She was protecting me. Then does that mean she... Did she stab them? She knew I was being attacked. And she came to my rescue? Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... Jess. That's how you spell colossal, Remy, if you need to know for future reference. She killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it.
What?
Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
Nani? Byakuya should know better than anyone. What does that mean? Was there an alibi they didn't tell us about? Make your argument! How romantic. When the body was found.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Don't let Kyoko die! She didn't let me
I'm
die.
not the killer.
I'm not the killer.
You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No! I fucked it! Shoot!
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly, I'm not the killer.
You should understand that more than...
Master would never have.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
Nani?
You stated
He
a
had her
theory
key, her
earlier.
room key.
You said I hid the evidence
It was in her
of my
room,
crime in the
though.
dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room. Correct.
Ugh, shoot!
Shoot.
those words you just said?
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand. Master would never.
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated that you said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Give me a hint. Kyoko gave her room key to Byakuya. Oh, that's what you meant, Captain Geach. That's what you meant.
Those words you just spoke.
Alright, I need to
What do you mean?
Exactly
contradict.
what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Here we go. Here we go. Here's the proof. Captain Geach, you're a genius.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than any.
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the...
Got him! Was it Byakuya?
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room
I still think it's Makoto.
Why not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
So did Byakuya do it?
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's actually not true. There are clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Break! Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. The Mastermind's trap. The Mastermind's trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? Jess, I really do. I think Makoto killed him. There was a moment where we thought we were dreaming. The killer was over us while we were sleeping with a knife in their hand, and then it faded to black, and we heard like scuffle, and then we woke back up, and Kyoko was standing above us. And Kyoko said she was standing above us because she was protecting us. But now she's saying there's a trap that was set. Maybe the Mastermind is setting a trap to get us all killed, but when it really is Makoto. She protect. And also attack? What should I... She's a good girl, don't let her die. The Mastermind's trap. So maybe the trap is that they want to get us all killed and let Makoto live. But Kyoko is trying to make everyone understand that Makoto killed the 16th student, Mukuro. The victim was Mukuro, and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. You spend all your time trying to avoid danger. You'll never move forward. We know the danger. But if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to oh no. I can just run away. Are you kidding me? Oh no. Are there different endings to this game? Don't expose her. We'll all die, Captain Geach. If we don't learn the truth. I can't believe this is happening. You guys don't... Chat doesn't want to expose her. So I let it go, or can I just run away? What happens if I run away? Do we just die? Running away sounds hilarious. Oh no. Let it slide. I can't believe this is happening. You don't want to run away? Okay. I guess we let it go. This is the first time the game has made us decide something like this, and I'm scared. Can I save? Trust in Kyoko. She's gotten you this far. It's not letting me save either. Fuck. Alright. We're gonna let it go. Kyoko? Please. Kyoko, please! I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was
Trust in
someone else.
Adina Menzel. Let it go. Oh no.
Who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
It had to be.
Oh
I
no.
don't see any other
I just
option.
doomed myself. I protected Kyoko and I doomed myself. Adele Dazeem.
Wait a second.
Adele
You got it all
Dazeem.
wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Please welcome Adele Dazeem. Let it go. Let it go.
Huh? A hidden side?
Can't hold you back anymore.
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you?
Look at that belly button, chat. Just a big ol' belly.
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial.
That belly nipple, baby.
And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be.
What if Kyoko is the mastermind? And she's setting a trap right now.
Okay, time's up.
What?
Huh?
Time's up. Class trial's all over. Everyone can stop talking now.
What? Time's up?
What do we do?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay?
What
Everyone,
the
please
fuck?
vote using the lever in front of you.
Voting time?
They're gonna vote for me! I'm so fucked. I got an A.
Now, who will be chosen as
What's
the
a mistrial? That's the
Will
achievement?
you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Oh no.
Hey, hold on. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Guys, I'm so fucked right now. No! I knew it! They voted for me! Is it because I protected Kyoko? What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. This game looks intense. Chili, no. We're fucked. We're fucked. They're gonna punish me. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense. Maybe we should have exposed her lie. She's the mastermind. She fucked me.
Hey.
It makes perfect sense. It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials. And I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills,
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all
This
my
is the
fault.
bad ending. We're gonna have to reload our save. Kyoko.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment
We had a mistrial. The system is rigged. Oh no. Can we reload our save, please? Holy fuck. Look away. This might be gruesome if you are sensitive to gruesome death. They're gonna crush me. Wow. Alright. There was no... Wait. Nope, never mind. I thought it was over. Let it play out. But I want to see how it really is supposed to end. I think we were supposed to run away. What? Chihiro? Alter Ego's alive? She saved us. Wait. What is happening? Holy fuck. Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Alter Ego! Hey, was that? Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter Ego? Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it while he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell. I don't believe this. It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning. The ultimate lucky student. He's so lucky. What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way that's even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. Is this the good ending? I don't know. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. We still don't know who actually murdered the 16th student. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
so
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. Bring back Golden Sun. We're almost done with this game, Jess. We're so close to the end. With hundreds of years of tradition, it tends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are 2 things you need to attend the school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. We're in school, Chili. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but wasn't your school life like this, Chili? Didn't everybody murder each other? What was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Gah. What? Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. Casual murder. You hate to see it. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light steeping in. You hate to see it. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First step was to start looking for a way out of there. What? The game has changed. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? That's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Rattle, rattle. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. That's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making the proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. All I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Crunch. What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from the top. What could it have been? Are these my friends cut up into little pieces? Did a giant piece of trash fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. She garbaged herself!
It
She has
smells-
cup noodle on her head. Look at the little Naruto. Is this the apocalypse? I love it. That's a screenshot. It's perfect. I'm gonna make it my background. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing much better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So,
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
hey,
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it's in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. I really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. She's the best girl. She had cup noodles on her head. She gave us bread and water. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, it's not such a bad thing to be good at. Are we gonna make out? But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
so...
To pay a debt. Or, no. To atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. Chat, we did it. We did it. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once? Until recently. I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory, that's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing. You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too. And when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Is this actually the good ending? I don't know if there's multiple endings or not. No one's ever told me that. I'm just assuming there's 3 endings if we had 3 choices. It's like Mass Effect 3! Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. I'd say it's the good ending because we saw Kyoko with cup noodle on her head. That, to me, is the best ending we possibly have. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with, because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind? One of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
that being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Because Makoto's the dumbest. You're really freaking stupid. So you're gonna help me. Your intuition was right. Though, there's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. I understand. I should understand everything.
My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Gah. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. Is Kyoko the mastermind? I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own, so how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known for me. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective?
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. Oh shit, chat. I think she mentioned her father before, really early in the game. And he's a spy. Nani? She's like Batman.
in other words,
Where's Monokuma? I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad? Is Hope's Peak's Academy headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. The lore dump. This is definitely the end of the game, right? We're just getting all of the lore. No matter what it takes, I will find the
no
headmaster.
matter what.
The cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However,
But listen, Makoto. I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
so,
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
Dragon, hello, happy Sunday. How's your day, Dragon? We're about to solve everything about this school. We're nearing the end, I feel. Things are coming to a head. I'm glad you're doing good. That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map.
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So, what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get the chance soon enough. It sounds like it might be important. Faculty, 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 faculty. Does it sound like fuckity? Faculty, 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 faculty. Faculty, 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 faculty.
However...
Oh, there's another piece. Another piece to the pie!
However,
Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
however...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. Who was the murderer? I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound to the school regulations. There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? Was it Monokuma? There's a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. What? You think Monokuma killed Mukuro? Lance, hello, happy Sunday. It could have been you, Makoto. Wait. She said I didn't kill him. I thought she said neither of us killed him. I could have become the victim? Oh.
Indeed.
Not the killer, the victim. You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... So this is the headmaster, I think. The headmaster disguised Mukuro as himself. Happy Sunday, Daniel. How are you? I'm doing great, Lance. I was feeling pretty nauseous last night. I'm feeling way better today. We're about to wrap this game up, I think, which feels great. It's been a long road. I can hear them, you know? The footsteps of the god of death. Nani? I can hear the god of death as he moves. What is she talking about? How did this turn into the god of death? That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway...
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
That wasn't the end of things. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind, in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. I mean, the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, But doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere.
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. What?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Who the fuck is the mastermind? Is it Byakuya? Is Byakuya the mastermind? The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair. That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Byakuya did say at one point that his entire family is the top of the food chain. They're like basically the leaders of the Illuminati, which would mean they would have like probably those Fenrir tattoos, like some sickos. Then they're,
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. That is our real enemy. Was that the end of chapter 5? We're in chapter 6 territory. 6 remain. Let's just get into it. We got time. Dream Island Rocket. It's got a little Monokuma face on it. I'm going to save one above the other one in case we need to go back. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. You're right. How do we get out? It's locked, but we have to find a way to open this. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that got you from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. You can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Then we should be able to use it on the door. Hey, Kyoko. Let's use the key.
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole, and then... Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally. We were finally free, but there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. Danganronpa. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help me keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then this is your family?
Wrong.
Family famous? Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort.
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. Kovu, hello. Welcome in. Good morning to you. It's fairly early, I would say. We just finished chapter 5, starting chapter 6, as you can tell. We're learning the identity of the mastermind. It's our family creed. We do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. We're in the end game now, Kovu. She hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However...
And yet, I gave up on some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However...
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in the line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
However...
But he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died. He had simply ran away. He went to my grandfather and then had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
There is one thing that I can never forgive. Really?
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind, like I said. I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. Are you and Kyoko in love? I'm in love. I don't think she loves me. She doesn't give a fuck about me. She was just using me because I'm dumb. She needed my help. I'm lucky. But I love her. Unrequited love for best girl. A classic case. When the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me, even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
Correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family? To just cut him out like that?
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood. Nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond, so instead, I said nothing. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember, that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where it will come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. And we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks is necessary. I was just returning the favor. Now what? So, now what do you do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. It's not like we can run away. She said that. She pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying, rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared? You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was one moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Alright, let's save. Shit's getting real. Shit's getting really real. Can I just go to the gym? Yep. Oh boy, here it comes. Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Mikado's stupid dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party's exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again. And this time, I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko,
Right.
do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You. Explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill
in
me.
other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
However,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was the threat to you as well. 90s Nintendo titles. Lands, we're gonna rank the best 90s Nintendo titles?
However,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. Let me see. I can save right here. Alright, let's do a ranking. The top 10. Does it have to be, like, published by Nintendo? And it has to be in the 90s. Interesting, Lands. Interesting. Let me get a list of all of them in front of me. Kovu. Ooh. That means it can be in the Game Boy and the SNES, right? Ooh, Earthbound? Hell yeah. I just need like a whole list of them. There we go. We're in the 90s. Starting in the 90s, we have the Nintendo World Championship. Here's the list. Golf, Punch-Out. Dr. Mario's definitely up there. Can you guys even read that? It's kind of small. Should I zoom in? There we go. I might be able to read it now. I've never played Star Tropics, but I've heard it's pretty good. Super Mario World's definitely up there. Just making sure I have these all in my brain so I don't forget. Link to the Past. Link's Awakening. I'm not a Donkey Kong fan, to be honest. I like Tropical Freeze. Wario. Zelda's Adventure. Earthbound, hell yeah. That might be number 1, to be honest. I've never played Super Mario RPG, but I hear it's amazing. Ooh, we're getting into the 64 era as well. Star Tropics is great, Gold. I'll have to check it out sometime. Do I have it on Switch? I wonder if it's on Switch. On that subscription service. Diddy Kong Racing. Diddy Kong Racing, huh? Oh, fuck. Pokemon Red and Blue? Earthbound or Pokemon Red or Blue? The Ocarina of Time. And here's 99. Pokemon Pinball, baby! Pokemon Pinball, baby! It made the cut! It made the cut! Alright, guys. We can do this. Super Smash is in here. Tetris DX was published by Nintendo. Star Fox 64 will always be your favorite 64 game. Was that even on here? Was Star Fox 64 on here? There it is. It was 97. Oh boy. Alright, guys. Here it comes. We'll do red. I said red. With white. I don't know if this counts, but I'm going to say red and blue is one game. And then Earthbound. Fuck. Now it's getting harder. It's easy to know your favorites. Oh god. My list is probably a little different than your guys's. Especially if I haven't played Mario RPG, because I know that's probably number 1 for a lot of people. I'm gonna listen. I love Pokemon Pinball. I think it might be one of the best pinball games ever created. I mean, Super Mario Bros. 3. Oh man, it's weird having 3 Mario games on here, but it's just the way it has to be because they make so many good games. Then we got Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I fucked up. I need more room. Pokemon Snap? Dr. Mario? Oh, it's so hard. Smash Brothers? Listen, Smash Brothers started everything, right? But it's not good. It doesn't hold up very well. It's not a good game. Back then it was good. It's not good anymore. There's so many better Smash Brothers games. Mario Kart? So much Mario. Nintendo was just killing it with Mario in the 90s. Will I have enough room? There's so many games that were on Nintendo that weren't published by Nintendo. Oh god. So I can only choose from the Nintendo ones, though. Ocarina of Time. We'll put it on there. It's not my favorite Zelda game, but we already got the better one above it. And then I think it has to be... Pokemon Snap has lasted through the decades, chat. Pokemon Snap is a classic. I think it earned the spot. Bring on Pokemon Snap 2! This is my list. Number 1, Pokemon Red and Blue. Number 2, Earthbound. Number 3, Super Mario 64. Number 4, Super Mario World. Number 5, Pokemon Pinball. Number 6, Super Mario Bros. 3. Number 7, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Number 8, Mario Kart 64. Number 9, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Number 10, Pokemon Snap. I'm proud. I can live with this list. The only ones I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about Mario Kart 64. I don't know. I need to replay it. It's been a long time. Does it hold up? Is it still good? It does feel weird to have a lot of Mario games on here, but they were killing it in the 90s with Mario. They were just killing it. I think I'm okay with this list. It wasn't published by Nintendo. It wasn't on the list, at least, unless you have proof otherwise. Please present it to the court. All right, that's the list. You right. Thank you. That's my list. You guys can share your list with me in Discord if you'd like, or in chat. We're going back in. Where's my controller? There it is. But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter Ego. Lance, what'd you think of that list? I'm sure it wasn't what you were expecting, because I like Pokemon a lot. And Earthbound. I don't know if anybody else's list would have Pokemon at the top. You never imagined the possibility of being that could come to our aid, even after you killed it.
Am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such a bold claim without a shred of evidence.
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now. But with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts. And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey.
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it wrong, because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair, fair and square,
we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for
One last showdown.
One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. Actually, Kyoko, so he killed Makoto because he needed you to hold his hand all the way to this point. They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Great, Monokuma. Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what you've suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a
in
climax.
other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory? Monokuma's really reaching here.
I can barely contain
Honey?
myself!
Climax? Hashtag honey shot. Kovu. I knew you were Monokuma this whole time. Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this. But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
Guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that, then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
It's true.
Have courage. Be kind. But take no shit. Punch bitches. That's what we've been trying to do all along. Oh, well good. Let's bear it all. Qualify. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school, then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? Honestly, can't believe this is how this all turned out.
Hey.
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember. For sure. So what?
Hey.
I just want to confirm. That is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception. Then it's a part of the regulations, which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
Listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why'd he go all quiet all of a sudden? I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment. Overflowing with despair. Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I don't know if we're going to finish this game. We have another trial to go through. I thought for sure we were near the end. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let down their guard?
so
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
DT! Nah. How are you today? Happy Sunday, my dude. Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
What up? It's been a minute. It's been like a day. Or two? I don't know how long it's been. It's good to see you. Would you say you have a good memory? Nope. I have the worst memory, actually. You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. Welcome to the anime trash. You go from one anime trash to another. Oh, okay. Why, Kovu? Why are you curious about my memory? What are you doing? What are you planning? In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do
in
it.
other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason.
so
They had to show the world something no matter the cost. Us killing each other. Because the ending is easy to predict if you remember the early parts of the game. Well, don't tell me anything else because you're getting close to spoiler territory. They wanted to show the world.
it would seem
The mastermind had been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words.
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us all kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, is the ultimate despair. What? This is the Lord of the Flies kind of shit. Kind of, if you put Lord of the Flies on national television and forced us to kill each other rather than just let human nature take its course. Because honestly, without the regulations, we probably still would have killed each other. It still would have happened. They want to prove that despair is better than hope. But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer? I know how angry it must make you, and yet the same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Lord of the Flies? I thought you said Order of the Fries. Order fries. Order some fries. Just get it. I would like some fries. Oh man, it's not even dinner time though. We still got like 3 more hours until dinner time. Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Oh! Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV, the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your
However.
challenge? Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It's just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time,
correct.
or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
Before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However.
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? They're not gonna trust Makoto at all. That's for sure. The dorm rooms? There it is. Hello? The dining hall? Hello? And suddenly we were greeted with... What? He's broken! Haru! Thank you for the follow. Do you think they'd trust Kyoko? What happened to Monokuma? I would think they'd trust Kyoko. Hero! How's your Sunday going? You again. He's broken! Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. That was bizarre. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. She is best girl, but she's also helping someone they don't trust. Maybe she'll help them trust me. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Oh, shoot!
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
You survived?
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Going alright, I guess. I should be revising, but I can't be bothered. Are you writing a paper? It's not spring break for you? When's spring break? Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
What?
Wait. What's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man. That seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Welcome to Danganronpa. Get away! Shoo! Shoo! You're one to talk, Toko? You stinky girl? And in a flash, my tears dried up. I guess they don't hate me.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain. Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
Nope. Spanish revision. Not on spring break yet. Have 5 more weeks. Man. It's a long wait for spring break. I hope your revision goes well. Thanks for being here and hanging out with us. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
Huh?
Kovu, you like Spanish? Do you speak Spanish? Wait, seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Si, yo hablo español. Nice. Nice, Kovu. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did
You
you say?
spotted the trap? Did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
you enjoy seeing people play this game. It's one of your favorites. You love all the characters. I love some of the characters. I love Kyoko. I started to love Byakuya for not because he's a good person, but because he's entertaining to watch. Hina's okay. Hina's fine. Chihiro is pretty cool. You spotted the trap? Chihiro. You love Byakuya? Nice. He's got some issues. There's things wrong with him, but I'm glad he's still around to help us out. Executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules, which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared, that's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm not totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again. Later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind. But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone? Hey, you said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. Meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
At this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries? It's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe. But this time the trial's different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll all solve those mysteries. Hina and Byakuya are probably your favorite characters. You like Taka and Mondo. I hated Taka and Mondo so much. I'm just going to list all the characters at this point, except for Hiro. I liked him in the beginning, then he just got annoying. Yeah, he's just really dumb. Super, super dumb. He tried to steal all my money when I went on a date with him by just like conning me with his premonitions and stuff. I'm surprised you didn't say Kyoko. You don't like Kyoko. Well, I mean, you like Kyoko, but she's not your favorite. You prefer Hina and Byakuya over Kyoko. I don't know if you wanted to see this, but I want to see it again. I have a screenshot. Of, does this change your mind? Huh? Does this screenshot change your mind about your favorite character? She's got cup noodles on her head. Alright. Just think about it. I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree, why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like that most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
That's what I thought too at first, until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants. All of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
So in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like
in
that.
other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then, the mastermind is... My name is Daniel. Welcome to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter, looks like Kyoko Best Girl. Follow me on YouTube at looks like KBG. KBG. That sounds like a radio station. You're listening to KBG in the morning. You don't like Taka? Fair enough. You love him. I do like Kyoko. But her personality is kind of boring. What? Oh no. She's cool though. Definitely someone I would love to talk to in real life. You don't think she has a personality? Her personality is just... I don't even know how to explain it. There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Oh, this is Toko saying it. And in Mukuro, and you got 16. She knows what she has to do. She's very confident in her own abilities and who to trust. Her personality is she doesn't take any shit. When someone breaks that trust, she just walks away from them. When she's done talking to you, she's done. I like her. I want her to step on me.
that's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind's one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all of that to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. I want her to step on me. There it is. It's finally been added. I've only said it a million times. I guess the reason I don't like Taka and Mondo is that they were just like super bro-y, loud people. It was fun to voice them, but I also almost lost my voice doing it because it was so like loud and raspy. Yeah, I mean, they're all ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. It only counts if you speak of Lady Kirigiri. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active? Maybe they snuck off and controlled him and... Rachel, welcome back. How was brunch? How'd everything go? You've missed quite a bit. You've missed quite a bit. But we're at the very end of the game. We have one more trial to take place. We have to investigate and solve every mystery of the school. That's the deal. Go follow Destiny Rachel. Thank you, Kovu, for shouting her out. She's playing Control, and she's also playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and Chain of Memories. I don't care how sneaky you are. We would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right.
Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. Kyoko is alive. Rachel, what happened was the class trial was a setup to get Kyoko killed. We ended up lying to help Kyoko, and then we got convicted of murder. But the last second, we almost got crushed to death. Alter Ego saved us. And then we got put down a trash chute. And then Kyoko jumped down the trash chute and got cup noodles in her hair. And then we made a deal with Monokuma. If we can solve every mystery of the school and convince that the mastermind is the Blackened, then we can beat the game. Brunch was okay. We waited like 45 minutes at the brunch place. Then everyone decided to go to Chipotle instead. Well, it's not even brunch at that point, but I hope you had a good Chipotle. I hope you had some guacamole. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. This is a fucking wild turn of events. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of conversation. Well, maybe, but still. So right now we're in chapter 6, and we have to investigate and then have our final climactic trial.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered
True
ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school.
Oh shit.
Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
Your father is taking us on a detour to Lowe's for who knows. You want... So I will be here on mobile until my phone dies. What is he... What? You're just going to Lowe's right now? My brain broke reading that sentence. The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But... I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway. At this point, I can rely on only myself. On the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Who knows God what? Thank you, Rachel. Now my brain understands the sentence.
Goodbye.
I hope you have a good time at Lowe's. Sounds like it's a nice afternoon. Nice way to spend your Sunday, your spring break. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master. He didn't take me with him? Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream. Without the cream or coffee, you're totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. Ah, now she's gone? You're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Lowe's, the party central location. Enjoy. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
I mean,
But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto. It's really nice of you to say, but still, I know I've mostly been totally useless. So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it on my own. See you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. Once again, It's just the two of us.
Indeed.
I'm here at my ancestral home, Lowe's. Get some screwdrivers, some Windex, beef jerky. So, you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, I don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
If you knew my father, Kovu, you would understand how true that sentence is. Your dad loves Lowe's. He's a Lowe's man. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as a splitting up to cover more ground. And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. Still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with the other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ikusaba, we'll know who the mastermind is. You have dogs at Lowe's? We don't know the mastermind yet. Who do you think it is? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. I think it's Byakuya. It might be too on the nose, though. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. The second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Time to get started. I have a list. There was this door right here. What does this take me to? Is this the second floor dorms? The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. I don't think we've ever been here, right? Oh, this is the second floor of the dorms. Looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. There's blood. Blood. Oh, baby. We got one room. I would be inclined to agree. I concur, Rachel. I opened the door just a crack, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. There wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore. It's just garbage. Money! Do I even need this money? What else is in here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Good day, sir. That voice. You hate me? You hate me? Little me? This is the girls' bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go in. We're trying to solve a frickin' murder! Oops. There's nothing in here. Look at the little giraffe. That was nice. This room is filled with lockers. Must have been the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. So many. I have to check every single thing. There's a metal plate mounted on the locker. I really want to know what's inside, but there's no way. Thank you for the hearts, Rachel. Can't imagine any way to get this locker open. I'm not even gonna bother trying. Here's one. I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's a card reader installed on the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. You have to use your e-handbook to open those. So does that mean... Well, let's just give it a try. Took out my handbook and ran across the card reader and then... No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. I should try them all, right? I wonder if I can open this one. Just in case, chat. Just in case one of them is connected to my e-reader. You never know. What about this thing? What is this thing? Nope. Just the locker. Wandering around the flower section. Are they real flowers? Do they smell nice? So many clues. There's nothing in... I can't open any of these lockers. You should buy some flowers. You can wear them in your hair. Whoa. Someone's chilling in here, drinking bourbon. This room doesn't really feel like any student's room. It has more of an adult atmosphere.
Correct.
It's the headmaster's private room. They're all real. I'll send you a pic. Hell yeah, flower pics. Kyoko! I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. A regret? Kyoko looks almost meek right now. She must be thinking about something. I probably shouldn't bother her. What's on that computer? Hey kid, I'm a computer. There's a PC on the desk. Must have belonged to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some search results left on it. Then we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair.
However,
There's not much though. Nothing we don't already know.
in other words,
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy, which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
however,
That's all there is. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. The ultimate despair is many people. It's an organization. It's a secret room? Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something?
so...
There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze? There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space, does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
A very easy trick, yes. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on that PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However,
But I don't have a clue what the password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. You're right. It's not really enough to go on.
it's true.
I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC. Everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to do. But nothing that might have been his password. When I think of how much time I wasted on this... Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And Kyoko can't figure out. No way do I stand a chance. No, wait. There might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name?
What?
Huh? Sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hadn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would have used her name in his password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Oh, by the way, Kyoko's father is the headmaster of this school. I learned more about him than I had any desire to. Yeah, I think she means his search history, or stuff like that. Do you mind if I try it just to be sure?
Well,
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. Her father is the headmaster, Rachel. She came to the school to tell her father that they are cut off from each other. She is done with him. That's the only reason she came here. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
hey,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay? In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. I typed in her full name, Kyoko Kirigiri. My hands were tense, slightly trembling as I finished typing it in. It fucking worked. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked.
why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. There's a present. Oh no! Look at that picture. Hey, Kyoko? I may as well not even have been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. A present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. Dads, man. Dads. We all got our daddy issues. That's what made it so unusual. I want to look at this picture, though. I'd better check out that suspicious present before I do anything. Okay, game. Okay, game. There's a brightly colored box here. Seems totally out of place in here. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Why? You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. What's in the box? Captain Geach, what's in the box? You think it's her dad's head? But surprising, probably.
It would seem...
If it is what I think it is, at the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
Anyway,
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box, took a deep breath, took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Is it her dad's head? Kyoko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It was bones. It is just like the movie Captain Geach. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there were bones in there. Human bones. Kevin Spacey's the mastermind. Fuck Kevin Spacey. Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing. A dead guy in a box? My father. Huh? What about him?
Correct.
You found in the box. Those bones? That body? That's my father. Or at least, what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on. How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So,
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So, that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. It's a very polarizing approach. I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but the killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said that the headmaster was probably here in the school. The only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
in other words,
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption, anyway. Oof, Rachel. Double oofs. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought. So she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father, so she could cut off all ties. But what was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Hidden room present. That's the truth bullet. Can I look at the picture now, please? Huh? This picture. Look at her. She's so adorable. It's all faded. It must be pretty old, right, Captain Keach? I gotta take a screenshot of this bad boy. She's so happy. Wait, is this a picture of big sadness, Rachel? Kyoko. Oh no, it's gonna break her.
why would you?
Well, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself, to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. How was Rachel's brunch? It was a Chipotle. It was bearable. Rachel. Are you Monokuma too? Professor Poopy Pants? Please no. Please stop. The headmaster's desk. Captain Keach. It was wholesome. It was wholesome. Okay. It's probably hiding some kind of clue. So I really want to check it out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey,
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
because...
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Okay, then if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. Bearable is the word that came to mind. You are Monokuma then. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... Is this... It's an e-handbook, right? Has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
A handbook with no limitation, given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably
it
right.
would seem...
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But, Kyoko, I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Sit. Really okay? Headmaster Z handbook. Can I open those lockers now?
Hey,
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? Action! A favor? What is it?
so...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but
Hey,
could you leave? Huh?
correct.
Just for a little while. I just like to be alone for a little bit. It is a lot, Rachel. Kyoko's going through some shit. Don't worry. I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
Just a second.
I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you were going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway...
Once I've gotten myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay? I understand. Then I'll see you later. Big Agnes. She really okay? Kyoko. It must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster? There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. According to the files, the headmaster's a man in his late 30s. We were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is... It's one of us. 15 of us met in the mail hall. Add Mukuro to the mix and you get 16. Including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Even Mukuro. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are me, Byakuya, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Nice little trip down memory lane. Who do you think it is? Do you still think it's Byakuya? Only those 6 people. It seems so easy to pin it on him though, because of his whole Illuminati business. Only those 6 people are still alive. There's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. Has to be some other way. There just has to be. Unless they're pulling a fast one on us. Let's go see if we can get into the lockers now. What about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Okay, let's give it one more try. I feel like Hina might be a good choice. She's been putting on a front. She's got the least tied into all of this. It worked. There is something in here though. One thing, some kind of pocketbook. Don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure who it is. There's some writing inside, it could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. Looks like a girl's handwriting. All the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been very meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there. Words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe. To keep them as our hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster. Only their hope can overcome despair. No, Rachel! That 1%! Well, it was nice knowing you, Rachel. Please send Luke over to me. I'll take care of him while you're gone. All of your Kingdom Hearts stuff I'll take care of as well. I know you have like a big box of Kingdom Hearts candles I could use. Rest in peace, Rachel. Rest in peace. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world, to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. Luke and the candles will go your way. Thank you so much, Rachel. In these final moments, this 1%, I'm glad we were able to come to a consensus of your last will and testament. If there's any last words you'd like to say, please say them now before the 1% goes to 0%. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was... And I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to, Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. Your last words? I hate you! You are my brother, Rachel! You were supposed to bring balance to the light side. Oh, God. Oh. It's almost 3 o'clock. We might be ending shortly anyway, Rachel. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Thank you for the heart and the hate. She hasn't seen her dad since he left when he was little. When she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. Well, she lost her memory. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. Must have been looking for something that would have proved me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? There's a second despair. Locker pocketbook. Let's open the other ones if we can. Nope. There's only one that has stuff in it. The school was formed as a shelter, yeah. So the outside world must have some shit going on, where they needed to make sure that everyone that was going to rebuild the world and with like actual competent people. Oh. Hello? Is this hero stuff? This is a crystal ball. A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Is this a deck of playing cards? They're tarot cards, but wait. Aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? There's all kinds of textbooks, notebooks stacked up in no particular order and dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible, I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. The moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. What? There's no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written, Yasuhiro Hagakure. Is this our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here. No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. We were all sucked into this evil world. We would never have the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? Has he been playing dumb this whole time, but he's really the mastermind? Is that what they're trying to tell me here? The more I see, the less it makes sense. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? So why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro? And a pocketbook seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. I have to believe in everyone. Alright guys, we're gonna call it here. I think we're getting some juicy tidbits. We're gonna be back on Friday. We're playing Golden Sun on Tuesday and Thursday. Friday, the day before I leave for Canada. We should be able to finish this game. Opening this investigation right up. I feel like we can maybe let me do some research on how much longer is in this game, and maybe we'll use Thursday and Friday to finish the game if we need to, and we'll just play Golden Sun on Tuesday. We'll see how it goes. If you guys want to hang out for a little bit, look at this screenshot. If you want to hang out for a little bit, we're gonna give somebody a nice little raidy raid. We're gonna give a little raidy raid. Stick around. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out for our Sunday Danganronpa stream. Hope you're all having a wonderful weekend. It's been nice. Nice little hangout. Thank you for being here, Captain Geach. Anyone else lurking in chats? We are going to say farewell, and I'll see you on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be good to each other. Do something selfless for someone. Tell somebody you love them. Why not? I love you. Bye, chat. See you next time.
Thanks, guys. That was amazing. Thanks so much. I'd say I was speechless, but I have one more thing to announce.